So today I'm going to explain question 1, which is our group assessment, which is question 1A. As we gather the information, S equal to 10,000, so we need to put 10,000 equal to P since it's nothing, and we put a bracket 1 plus the I is actually K over M, so we put it 0.049 over 2 bracket power 14. So the answer is P equal 7,125.78 ringgit. So that's the end of question 1. Thank you. So move on to the next question, which is question B. Number 1. Calculate the maturity value of each bank investment and the total maturity values in February 2035. So as we gather the information, P equal to 15,000, which is the maturity value, S equal to nothing, K equal to 12,500 ringgit. So we need to calculate each company. So this is KST equity fund. We need to put S1 equal to P1 bracket plus 1 plus I bracket power N. So we need to put the information that we gathered before equal, so we calculate here 12,500 ringgit bracket 1 plus 6.5% over 4 bracket power 32. So the KST is the KST total amount is 19,350.75. so the same, we do the same as before. W for the WMS conservative fund, S2 equal to P2 bracket 1 plus I bracket power N. So the answer is 12,500 ringgit bracket 1 plus 5.49% over 12 bracket power 96. So the answer 19,373.90 cents. So next one we are gonna plus these two result, which is S equal to 19,375.75 plus 19,373.19. so it equals to 38,724.65. That's all for number 1B. For number 2B, my reason is WMS conservative fund is the better deal because they have higher frequent compounding, which is 12 times compared to KST equity fund, which is only 4 times only. This lets the interest grow more frequently, giving a final return of 19,370.90 at a 5.49% annual rate, compared to the KST equity fund. It is much lower, 19,350.75 at 5.5% annual rate. So that is for number 2B. So we move on to number 3B. Calculate the total interest earned from this investment from February 2020 until February 2035. So the formula that we are using is I equal to S minus P. So number 1, the calculation is I equal to 10,000 minus 7,125.78, which comes to equal I equal to 2,874 and 22. Sorry. So we move on to the next calculation. Number 2, I equal to 19,360, sorry, 0.75 minus 12,500, which comes to I equal 6,850.75 ringgit. So we move on to the next calculation. Number 3, I equal to RM 19,373.9090 minus 12,500 ringgit, and it equals to I equal to RM 6873.90. So the total of this calculation, all of this is equal to RM 16598.87. So that's all for the question 1. Thank you.
For question 2A, you need to calculate the total accumulated amount of the fund after 10 years. First, you need to gather all the information that you need, the numbers, to solve this question. So, and I will be using the formula S equal to P1 plus IN. But before you calculate it, you need to find the I and the N. So first, the I equals to Km equals to 3.41% over 4. And the N is equal to MT, which equals to 40. So the I is 3.41% over 4, and the N is equal to 40. As I said, we will be using the formula S equal to P1 plus IN. So the P is 30,000. 1 plus 3.41% over 4 for the I, and the N is 40. Put those numbers in your calculator and you'll get 42,129 and 66 cents. That is the answer for question 2A. I will be explaining how to solve question 1BI. For this question, you need to calculate the maturity value of each bank's investment and total up the maturity values in February 2035. Firstly, you need to gather all the information that you need to solve this question. First, you need to add 10,000 with 15,000 to get 25,000. After you get 25,000, you need to multiply it by 50% and you'll get 12,500. After you get 12,500, we need to find the maturity value for KSD equity fund. So the formula that I use is S equal to P1 plus IN. Put the numbers in the formula and you'll get 12,500 for the P, 1 plus 6.5% over 4 for I, and 32 for N. Calculate it using your calculator and you'll get 19,350 and 75 cents. That is for KSD equity funds. For WMS conservative fund, we use the same formula. 12,500 for the P1 plus I, that is 5.49% over 12, and then N is 96. Calculate it using your calculator and you'll get 19,373.90. After you get the maturity value of each banks, you need to total it up to get the maturity values in February 2035. So 19,300 350 and 75 cents plus 19,373.90 cents. Calculate it using your calculator and you'll get 38,724 and 65 cents.
Hi, I'm going to answer question B for number 2. Among these unit trust funds, which give better deals, explain your reason. To answer this question, you need your previous answer. It is B1, KST quality funds, and WMS competitive funds. You need to compare these two funds to answer the question number 2. WMS conservative fund is the better deal because they have higher frequency compounding, which is 12 times compared to KST quality funds, which is only 4 times. This let the interest grow more frequency, giving a final return of 90,373.90 at a 5.49% annual rate, compared to the KST quality funds RM 9,350.75 at 5.5% annual rate. Next, I'm gonna answer question number 3. Calculate the total interest earned from this investment from February 2020 until February 2025. First, you need to find the keyword for this question. It is interest. Then you must find formula for interest. It is I equals S minus P. To find S minus P, you can find from question number 1. S is got here, I'm 10,000, and the P is here. And the minus it and got the total of RM 2,874.20 Second, you can find S and the P from question B is number 1, S1 and P1. Minus it and got the total of RM 6,850.75 Third, you can find S and the P from question B also. Here, S2 and P2. Minus it and we got RM 6,873.90. After you got all your interest, calculate all the interest and count the total and got the total is After you got all the interest plus all the interest and you got the final answer. It is RM 6,598.87.
So for question 2b, find the amount that Nur Aminah able to withdraw from the account while she in college. So we are going to use formula A equal to R in bracket 1 minus 1 plus I power of negative n over I. So first we need to find the value of I and n. So I equal to K over M, which become 3.41% over 4, and n is equal to MT equal to 4 multiplied by 4 will become 16. So we just substitute the value into the formula. So RM 42,129 ringgit 66 cents equal to R in bracket 1 minus 1 plus 3.41% over 4 power of negative 16 and over 3.41% over 4. So we're gonna get R will become 2,827 ringgit 0.95%. So for the question C1, calculate the monthly payment and the amount of interest charged by bank. So first I will find the down payment, which is equal to 15% times 65,000 equal to 9,750 ringgit. And next I will find the amount of loan. 65,000 minus 9,750, it will become 55,250, and that will become the value of A. And then I will find I equal to K over M and equal to 0.04 over 12, and N is equal to MT equal to 12 multiplied by 7 equal to 84. So for me to find the monthly payment, which R, I will use the formula A equal to R in bracket 1 minus 1 plus I power of negative N over I. So I will just substitute the value into the formula. So RM 55,250 ringgit equal to R in bracket 1 minus 1 plus 0.04 over 12 power of 84 over 0.04 over 12. So I will get the monthly payment, which is R is 755 ringgit 20 cent. And lastly, I will find the interest charge, which is I equal to NR minus A. So the NR is N is 84. So 84 multiplied by 755 ringgit 20 cent minus 55,250 ringgit, and the I will get 8,186 ringgit point 80 cent. So for the questions 2C2, if she missed her first 5 monthly payment, how much should she pay on her 6th payment to settle all outstanding arrears? So I'm gonna use the formula S equal to R in bracket 1 plus I power of n minus 1 over I. So I just use the previous value that I get from the previous question and substitute it into the formula. So S are equal to 755 ringgit point 20 cents in bracket 1 plus 4% over 12 power of 6 and minus 1 and over 4% over 12. So I will get the value which is 4,569.13 cents. So for the question 2C3, immediately after paying for 5 years, Nur Aminah want to settle the loan in full. Find the amount needs to pay and the total interest charge. So I use the formula I equal to NR minus A. So I just substitute the previous value into the formula. 55,250 ringgit minus 17,390 ringgit point 94 cents is equal to RM 37,859 ringgit point 6 cents. So I equal to 60 multiplied by 755 ringgit point 20 cents and minus with 37,859 ringgit point 6 cents. It will be equal to 7,452 ringgit 94 cents.